an ad came up on Instagram. It was for this: in the clouds, no minimum, custom records. Create a vinyl record. So I looked into it. Step 1, select your vinyl color, shape, and size. So I started thinking, it's not the first time I've seen ads like this, but it did get the gears turning. Like, I want to have vinyl records. And I'm working on the Drunken Boat concept album, and all of the songs are timed specifically to go on the sides of the LPs. You can only get about 22 minutes on each side of an LP. So I've tracked the songs and divided them up so that they will work on a 3 LP concept album with about 22 minutes on each side of all 3 LPs. So I'm gonna have vinyl, but there's still a lot of work to do. I've already been working at least 3 years on this project. But I thought, look, this right here is a lathe cut vinyl record. So it's not pressed, it's cut individually. So, and printed vinyl jacket. So I thought, let me do a small one and maybe I can use it as a promotional piece somehow. So what I ended up getting, long story short, is right here, the 7-inch vinyl record in black. I mean, a lot of other choices here, but as far as the Drunken Boat, it's a pretty negative story. So it needs to be in black. But I was thinking that the covers of the 3 different albums, each LP, are black with a hint of pink, yellow, and blue. So on those, you know, the deluxe version of the vinyl, let's say, it would be black with pink specks in it. That's for another time. But $40 for one, and I can get 7 minutes on each side if it's 33 1/3 instead of 45 RPM. So what I decided to do was to order it, and on the first side we've got the Train Station Song and Mystical Horrors, and on the second side is From Calm to Chaos. So once I decided to do that, so we're looking at $40, $120. It was a 5% discount for the first order. Ended up being about $114. So I had to design the front and back cover of the sleeve and the labels for each side of the record. And I ordered 3 of them, and we'll talk about that in a second. So let's look at my design. Where's my design? Oh, I have it on Facebook. There it is. Okay, so let's see if there's a reflection on that. Talk about amateur hour here. Let's see. All right, well, I'm trying. There we go. All right, so here's the story. I was sitting here thinking about it, and then I looked over and I've got this piece, which is related to the drunken boat, charcoal on illustration board. And I thought, okay, well, I haven't used that yet, because I did a whole series of paintings and drawings for the drunken boat and had an art show of all of the pieces. So now I have stuff to work with. And I've used some of it on singles for songs from the album. I used 2 of them for the Drunken Boat printed book, the front and back cover. So I have a lot to work with. So that's how I came up with this. And then I was thinking, well, if it's going to be a 3-song EP, it's going to need a name. Well, the whole story about the Drunken Boat is a rebellious son who leaves home to experience everything in this wicked world, and it ruins him. He becomes a transient on the street, drug addict, no place to live, beaten up, on, until he finally dies. So it's like the prodigal son, but without a good outcome. So, with that in mind, that drawing is titled Static, but the EP, Dead in the Water. So it's the drunken boat, negative outcome, he's dead in the water. So that's the name of the EP. And then I put 3 gasps from the drunken boat, okay? So it's 3 songs, but they're like a gasp for air. Him crying out, trying to survive, but he's not gonna make it. All right, here's the back. I decided this would be good for the triple LP albums too. Not A side, B side, but port side, starboard side, like a boat. Train station song, Mystical Horrors, From Calm to Chaos, Notesmith Studio logo, copyright 2026 l.hunt. All songs on this EP are taken from the triple LP concept album, The Drunken Boat. Then we've got the labels right here, starboard side, that would be B, and this is the first side, port side, which I believe is the left side. And this is a label, so it's going to be circular with a hole in the center. Okay, so what will you use these for? I ordered 3, they're manufacturing them, and I'll get them within 6 weeks, and we'll talk more about that then. Well, one of them I'm going to have to keep just for the record, right? The other 2, I thought, what if I sent them to actual rock music magazines like Rolling Stone to see if they would review it, an EP before the actual album is released. So then I ran a Google search with the question or whatever about the top 3 rock magazines that review LPs. Well, it came up Rolling Stone, Mojo, and Classic Rock. So 2 of the first 2, Rolling Stone and Mojo magazine, I will probably send 2 of those 2. The other one I'm going to keep. But then I was thinking, it's a promotional piece. Maybe I could order 10 after that and do limited edition print of it. Each one signed and numbered, maybe with a print of the artwork that's on the cover, the full artwork. So that's in the works right now, and we'll talk more once the 7-inch. Can't really call it a 45 if you have to run it at 33. I had a choice, but if I chose 33, I couldn't get 7 minutes on it. It was only like 4 or 5, but I wanted the maximum amount of time, so that's why I chose that.